Guys, so today, energetically, we're sort of in a space where we're developing these new emotional understandings about things and we're developing these new value systems as well. And there's sort of an air of confusion today about how we can really integrate and incorporate these new emotional understandings, these new value systems in a way that can really take us forward and help us move forward in a new direction going forward. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is September 14th and it is a Tuesday, 2021. My name is Aubrey and this is your astrological outlook of the day. And first and foremost, I have to give a great big happy birthday shout out to my mom. Thank you so much, Mom, for all of your support and all of your help through these rather interesting times. I just want to wish you the happiest birthday and thank you so much for everything that you do for us. So happy birthday, Mom, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Now on to the energetics for the day. So actually, you guys, we're in a quite rare window today where there are no real major exact activations going on. We have some energy waning out, we have some aspects building, but today really we only have one minor aspect going on, and that is a yod between the moon in Capricorn today and Venus in Scorpio and the North Node in Gemini. So let's talk about what we have going on. There's also some Sabian symbols in effect telling a bit of a story today. So we're going to get all into it, but this should be a pretty quick or brief update today because really, like I said, it's one of those days where there is just not too much exact activation going on. So number one, we are moving out today of the exact opposition that we had yesterday between the Sun and Neptune. This may have us feeling a bit more grounded in reality today. The Sun opposing Neptune has an ability a lot of times to just sort of produce like a much more dream-like energy and sort of bring a sense of like confusion in terms of whether our dreams are something that we can practically make manifest. And it also provides an ability for us to really tap in and tune into our spiritual connection and guidance, but simultaneously it is also an aspect where there's just a lot of deception, a lot of illusion, a lot of delusion, a lot of disillusionment. So if you've been feeling any of these things, that really is probably a result of this aspect that we've had going on. But the Sun is moving out of opposition today, so even though this energy is still present, it's not as strong, and we're definitely being able to ground ourselves back into reality and actually with this hopefully start feeling like we can bring our dreams down to earth in a practical way and begin to move forward with them. The second thing that we have going on today, and I actually forgot to mention this in my report for yesterday, is yesterday we had Venus at 4 degrees of Scorpio, and that put her into an exact opposition with the Chiron point, which is at 4 degrees of Taurus. This is the degree in the zodiac where Chiron was originally discovered, and it holds all of the same archetypes and frequencies and energetics of Chiron itself. And with Venus in opposition to the Chiron point, Venus is at 5 degrees of Scorpio today, so she is 1 degree out of exact opposition today. I should have mentioned this yesterday and I wrote it down and I just forgot to say it for some reason, but this energy is still in effect as well, and this really may have us like really feeling like our more heart-based wounds with Venus in opposition to the Chiron point. The Chiron point and Chiron, this rules, our deep wounds, our deep traumas, very painful experiences that happen for a purpose, and that purpose is to help us learn and grow and overcome and master these experiences and heal from them so that we can then go on and become more of a master of our own reality and also show other people through our process and our experience, sort of become like a guiding light for others going down the same type of path. And with Venus ruling what we value, what we love, relationships, partnerships, in opposition to the Chiron point yesterday, today, this could definitely be bringing up some like really deep wounds in relation to our self-love, our self-value, our value systems generally, also finances, relationships, partnerships, all of these Venus-themed things could definitely be being triggered for some type of trauma response, or just feeling wounded in some type of a way in regards to these themes, these archetypes, with it being Venus there. Venus and Chiron are also both related to finances, money, and abundance. So with Venus in opposition to the Chiron point, we also may see some erratic things, or just some things happening with financial markets generally. But really, I'm feeling with this aspect that it's just probably having us in our feelings about our value systems, or about our relationships, and any type of wounding that we've experienced in regards to these things. So that is also in effect for today. The third thing, we have Mars today at 30 degrees of Virgo, which means that Mars will be changing signs tomorrow, and this is definitely going to be bringing a major energetic shift. Mars rules our energy, our passion, our motivation, our courage, our strength, and really what we're putting our energy into and how our energy is operating generally. And with Mars moving into Libra, this is definitely, like I said, going to create a shift in just like how we're using our energy, what we're putting our energy towards. And it's going to be much more based in terms of socializing, relationships, partnerships, finances, and just being generally more conversational, more social, and trying to put our energy towards some type of peace, balance, and harmony in our lives. That is sort of what we're going to be experiencing in terms of our energy once Mars moves to Libra tomorrow, over the next few weeks while Mars is in Libra, discharging these energetics. While Mars has been in Virgo, this has been a much more practical energy, getting things done, daily tasks, errands, schedules, lists, details, the little things, stuff like that. Much more practical, grounded energy. When we have Mars move into Libra, this will definitely bring us some more socializing, more urge to be out and about, connecting with people. So we have that pending as well. And the last aspect, or like energetic influence, that I want to talk about today is this yod that we have going on. Again, this is a minor aspect, but this is really the only direct aspect that we have coming into effect today. And again, this is involving the moon in Capricorn, Venus in Scorpio, and the North Node in Gemini. And this is the aspect that I really see, aside from the fact that we still have the Sun in opposition to Neptune. This can bring up a lot of confusion in terms of, like I said, like, are we just fantasizing and living in illusion and like a pipe dream or whatever, or do we really have the tangible and the practical ability to ground our dreams into a reality that can really manifest tangibly in this dimension and carry us forward? So there is just a sense of confusion sort of about things generally right now with all of this Neptune influence going on. But when we bring into it the yod, and it's having to do with the moon and with Venus and the North Node, this definitely could bring up just some type of confusion over how exactly we're going to move forward. The North Node rules the path forward, the cosmic blueprint for our evolutionary path of our souls collectively, destiny, fate, the path forward. So we may be experiencing just some general confusion with this in terms of how we move forward with, again, these new emotional understandings that we've come to. This past week last week was so much about processing emotions. And I feel like a lot of it had to do with what came up when we had the North Node in a conjunction with the Black Moon. That was a really significant aspect. If you guys missed my video on that from a couple weeks ago, I would definitely check that out, because that is a foundational energy that is really causing people to start making some big emotional shifts and changes in their lives, to come back into a place of internal power and truth and authenticity, based in seeing root issues about things and acknowledging them and figuring out how to dissolve them and heal from them in order to move forward unencumbered. And with it being the moon and with it being Venus that are involved in these quincunxes forming this yod, this is sort of something that's out of alignment. Like there's a lack of congruency really in terms of these new emotional understandings that we've come to, and also simultaneously these new value systems that are starting to form with Venus, and how we can really integrate those and bridge them and order to move forward with that new direction. Confusion over how we move forward with our new emotions and values aligned with authenticity. And it does, like I said, make sense in terms of the fact that we still have the sun in that opposition to Neptune. Just a lot of confusion and delusion, sort of, in terms of how we practically move forward based on these new emotional understandings, these changing values that we're starting to integrate or reintegrate into our lives. So now that's pretty much, what I have to say in terms of what the planets are doing today. But I want to talk for a minute about the Sabian symbols, because they are also telling their own story. And for those of you who are new to my channel or who are unaware, what the Sabian symbols is that they are a group of symbols that represent each and every one of the 360 degrees of the zodiac. Whenever a planet is at a specific degree, discharging a certain energetic, we can look to the Sabian symbol, and it gives us more information about why this aspect is actually taking place in terms of the grand unfolding cosmic blueprint that is carrying us through time and space. The Sabian symbols just give us more information in terms of understanding and interpreting why these aspects are happening and what the fundamental point of them is in the context of everything that's unfolding. So I always like to look at the Sabian symbols. And today, we have the sun at 23 degrees of Virgo, discharging the Sabian symbol. A lion tamer rushes fearlessly into the circus arena. We have the earth today at 23 degrees of Pisces. The earth is always in a polar opposition to the sun. And this degree is a materializing medium giving a seance. We have Mercury at 19 degrees of Libra today. Yes, 19 degrees of Libra. And that degree is a gang of robbers in hiding. We also have Venus today at 5 degrees of Scorpio. That degree is a massive rocky shore, resists the pounding of the sea. And then we have Mars today at 30 degrees of Virgo, discharging the last degree of Virgo. And this degree is having an urgent task to complete. A man doesn't look to any distractions. And so in terms of interpreting these Sabians today, the first thing that I'm looking at is Mercury, ruler of this Virgo cycle. We are in the new moon in Virgo cycle, which is ruled by the planet Mercury. So whatever Mercury is doing right now, I feel like is significant. And today, Mercury is talking about a gang of robbers in hiding. And so with this, there may be information that is still being hidden, information that is being withheld, or in terms of the media, in terms of communications, in terms of what we're hearing about, what we're talking about today, there may be something to do with criminal action or a gang of robbers literally like in hiding in some way. There might be some there's some indications today that we might see something just like in terms of the media or news or headlines about some type of criminal action that's been going on or something like that. But more so, this degree in terms of, the gang of robbers and hiding, there could also be some critical information that's being hidden or withheld with this. So I wanted to acknowledge that as well, considering that is what Mercury is talking about today. Also, there is just this collective sense of focused courage to act that is being backed by divine guidance. And the reason I'm saying this is because we have the sun at that degree. A lion tamer rushes fearlessly into the circus arena, rushing fearlessly in, acting courageously, wanting to, take some type of action to save something, to be like the hero in some type of a way. And this is backed by that spiritual divine guidance because we have the earth at a materializing medium giving a seance, and also we have Mars at having an urgent task to complete. A man doesn't look to any distractions. So yeah, this is making me feel like there's this very like focused courage that's really inspiring people into taking some type of action today. So I wanted to acknowledge that as well. And then I want to talk just for a minute about the Sabian symbols that are involved in this yod that we have going on, this finger of God aspect that we have going on between the moon in Capricorn, Venus in Scorpio, and also the North Node. So that is going to be happening at 5 degrees of each sign. The moon will be at 5 degrees of Capricorn. That Sabian symbol is Indians, some rowing a canoe, others dancing a war dance in it. And then we have Venus, like I said, 5 Scorpio, a massive rocky shore resists the pounding of the sea. And the North Node right now currently is at a radical magazine or publication displaying a sensational front page calling for action, or a radical magazine or publication calling for action displays a sensational front page. And when I put all of these together in the context of this yod, it's like a difficult journey to resist narratives, to resist external influences asking us to act on their behalf. And it's like the position of the moon, Indians, some rowing a canoe, others dancing a warboat in it. This is like there are two groups of people in the same boat going on the same journey, but they're behaving very differently and they're taking very different actions. And I think that this, again, is speaking to just this polarity that we have going on right now, this divide in the populace between those who are still resonating with the age of Pisces frequency that we're coming out of, and those who are more so resonating with the Aquarian age frequencies that are coming in right now, and people are just behaving and thinking and acting very, very differently. There's two extreme polarities right now, even though we're really all in the same boat going in the same direction. And that is where the moon is today. And then Venus at 5 degrees of Scorpio, again bringing up this water theme, a massive rocky shore resists the pounding of the sea. And then the North Node at that radical magazine displaying a sensational front page calling for action. So it's like with this, the way that I'm seeing it, it's like we're on this journey, we're going on this journey by sea, and it could be a difficult journey in terms of resisting these narratives, this massive rocky shore resisting the pounding of the sea, resisting these calls to action from these publications or these just external sources that are trying to inspire us into taking some kind of action that may or may not necessarily be in our best interest. And then with the moon, at that degree, some rowing in canoe, some dancing a war dance in it. It's like, how are we handling these energies? What direction are we going to take? And yesterday, a lot of the energy was talking about these choices that we really need to make going forward, and whether we are going to sort of stay in our comfort zone, stick to the things that we're used to and the things that make us feel safe and secure, or whether we're going to sort of embrace these spiritual urges that are coming down to us and really kind of, set out on a new path that may initially seem to be a more difficult path, but that will ultimately lead to some type of much deeper and truer and more authentic fulfillment. So it's still talking about these polarities in terms of the way that we can act under these energetics. And again, with it being the yod, there's just some type of incongruency or confusion about how we get to that North Node, how we get to that future path, how we integrate these new emotional understandings and what we've learned and what we're processing, and these new value systems that are arising now as a result of that, how we integrate them, how we bridge them together in order to really move forward down this new path. And if we can have the strength to make the choices to do this anyways. So that's really what I'm feeling today and reading energetically in terms of the astrology. Feeling a bit more grounded today. Also potentially feeling like this wounding as a result of relationships, or in terms of our values or our self-love, or just partnerships, or just like deep inner wounds of the heart maybe being triggered or coming up. We are out of the black moon energy today, so that's definitely a good thing. And then just this yod that we have going on. So that's really the name of the game for today. I drew a tarot card this morning to ask for, what is really going on with the collective. That card that I got from Spirit was the 8 of Cups. This is all about, walking away from something, letting something go, moving on from something that maybe we held very dear to us at a point in time. And there is sort of just this air of disappointment about it, but also knowing that it's what we have to do. So I do think a lot of people are realizing that they need to walk away from things that maybe they have held very close and very dear and been, very loyal to, or that has been an integral part of their life for a very long time. But through these new emotions and this emotional processing and these issues that we are coming to terms with, and the new value systems that it's creating inside of us, and the new sense of self-worth and self-love and self-value, and coming back into this truth, this heart-based truth and this authenticity. We're just realizing right now what we need to let go, what we need to walk away from, and why, really. And we are doing that collectively, I do believe, and it is the start of something that is going to be much more fulfilling, much more enduring, much more stable, and much just more like authentic and heart-based going forward. So that is what I have for my report today, you guys. Not a whole bunch going on, but still we are in some very significant times energetically. I hope I was able to provide you something today that can give you just a little bit of assistance or whatever you need in navigating your life via the energies. If you liked this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel grow so much when you guys just hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Leave me comments, you guys. I absolutely love your comments and hearing what you have to say. Any questions that you have about astrology, drop them in my comment section, and I'm going to be making some videos answering all types of astrology questions coming up here soon. If you want to get a hold of me for any reason, you can contact me at aubreystarsAstrology@gmail.com, and I also have a Facebook page and a Facebook group if you guys are interested in that. And I'm wishing everybody a very beautiful day, and come back with me tomorrow. We have Mars entering Libra. We are entering some new energetic territory, and I'm going to be talking all about it. So I hope to see you then. Have a wonderful day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.